Wes, how has Kyle been able to take advantage of this kind of really crappy situation you guys have been in the past few games?
I think it just his level of aggression has been terrific. Getting downhill, staying aggressive in the open floor when we get stops. And it's been a big part, not just him, but everybody, that we're out. Once we can get stops, rebound, and get out, I think we're a dangerous team. It's tough now to, the teams are playing on their heels. We don't have to slow the tempo or just take advantage of it. I think our guys have kind of bought into that. We're spacing correctly. We're running wide, running hard. And that just opens up lanes for everybody. We're opening up corner threes or getting downhill. We're getting to the free throw line, which we got to quite a bit tonight. So when we're able to do that, I think it helps everyone.
He's talked about the effect of vets like KCP, having him around and stuff on the team. But what do you think spending so much time around Corey and Deni, what effect do you think that's had on his game, if any?
On Kyle? Mm-hmm. I think they're probably, getting a lot from him as well. His ability to play make, to push in the open floor. But I also think, too, that those guys are learning to kind of read him, where to be. They're benefiting a lot from what he's doing right now. So I think Deni's done it as well. Getting out and running after misses, I think that is kind of a thing that everyone's seeing can work for us. And we've been able to really see an uptick in our offensive efficiency since we've been doing that.
Do you excuse the turnovers? Because say if you had 13 threes or 16 threes, yeah, you can do that.
No, not at all. And then that kind of goes with it, though. I mean, with the freedom to run and push and play, there's a certain degree of accountability. So turnovers are going to happen. I get it. There's turnovers of aggression, and then there's also the ones that are of the careless nature. Eliminate some of those. I don't know. I couldn't give you a percentage right now, which were, tip the scale, but 15 turnovers for 28 points. I believe you can't do that. Expect to win a game. Obviously, we were able to hold on, but you're helping your team. You're helping your opponent rather, and you're not getting shots at the rim. So trying to take care of it, especially if we're going to push and play in the open floor, it's a big part of the game for us.
Wes, is there anything about Kyle's personality that helps him shine in clutch moments, particularly with the long ball?
Yeah, you know what? He's a confidence guy. So he's played in big moments, and he's had a big role on a championship team. So I don't know if it's that or he's not worried about it. He's not afraid of the moment. So I think it's one of those things where maybe Deni, Corey and those guys can get a little bit of that, see that, he's going to play with some poise. Yes, he's going to make mistakes. We all do. But he's not afraid of the moment. So I give him a lot of credit. Stepped up, made big plays late.
Was it the ball movement in the fourth quarter, or was Kyle just on fire?
No, it was mainly the ball movement. I think he got going because he got downhill. We did a better job handling and attacking their zone. And also, when we were able to get out and play, we were moving the ball, we were spaced correctly. And I think, the ball found the open man. That was him tonight.
Well, do you hope that Kyle tries to get downhill as much as he has the last couple of games when you have your full complement of
I hope so.
players back?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I don't think that side of how we play has anything to do with who's on the floor. When we get stops, we get to run. You have a license to play. And I think it's important for our guys to understand there's value in that. And you get to reap the reward. It seems rather simplistic, but yeah, if we can defend, finish possessions and rebound, then by all means, let's get out. And we've seen how effective we can be when we do that.
I know you have 19 wins. I know they all count the same, but given all that your team is, all the obstacles it has all of a sudden too, does this one maybe have more of a catapult effect? Or
I hope so. I mean, I thought honestly the win in Salt Lake was one of those moments where, we hadn't been playing well, and you're on the road on a 4-game trip. It's the last game on a long trip, and you're just trying to find a way to muster up enough to win in a very difficult environment. So that's another one of those type wins. But to your point, I mean, 19 wins, they all count. And I don't think at the end of the year we're going to say, that one is going to mean that much more at that time. So I think the important thing is, can we learn from it? And I thought we did because we had a stretch there. We struggled offensively. They junked the game up with zone and pressure. We didn't handle it well. And it's an area that we have to continue to work on when we get a chance to work on it. But the fact that we were able to kind of recenter ourselves and finish the game with a level of poise, I thought that was important.
Chase.
Hey, Wes, going back to the turnovers, you guys had, you were able to limit not only the turnovers, but the points off turnovers in the second half. Was there an adjustment you guys made that kind of cleaned things up?
No, I just thought we were, we were a little cleaner with our spacing. And I thought we kind of settled down versus their pressure in their zone. And that's where the ball movement, comes into play. We were able to find the open man and make big shots. I think in the first half, we were kind of hesitant. We were tentative. And that just kind of lends to that type defense. You can't play shell defense versus zone, or shell offense, rather. You have to move it, you have to drive it, and you have to attack it. And we were a bit passive, I think, early. Now we're playing against the clock. And they do a terrific job. They're handsy, they're active. We know they're going to go to it. It's just, a matter of when and how we can respond when we see it.
And Kissbert has now reached double figures in 4 out of his last 6. What do you think he can take from this stretch moving forward?
Just another, uptick in his growth. I think it's a good sign to see that he's shown a level of consistency with his play. He hasn't shot the ball great, but he doesn't let that limit him. He's still trying to defend. He's cutting. He's moving. He's trying to play the right way. So just continue to do that. I think good things happen when, you do the right thing and you put yourself in a good position to have success.
Neil.
Hey, Coach, you went with Deni to start, presumably to guard LaMelo. What did you see from him? And you kept going with him, even though he struggled a little bit down the stretch.
Yeah, it wasn't just, to guard LaMelo. It was also to give us another ball handler on the floor. And it's tough for Brad. And I know he's been incredible with, his ability to play make and his unselfishness. But you're trying to get your best player the ball. And teams are going to, key in on him if he has to facilitate on top of try to make things happen. So, just giving us a little bit more balance as far as ball handling, give us a little more spatial balance as well. So I think it was twofold, but I was comfortable with what he was doing, and I thought he did a terrific job. At times it's not going to always be pretty because we're asking him to run the point and he's not really familiar with a lot of what we do at that position, but trying to keep it simple and minimize the mistakes. I give him a lot of credit. He tried to do the right thing and late he stepped up, and I thought we saw that group, the small ball lineup with DB out there play exceptionally well. He came back with Gaff and had a good stretch.
When he is 0 for 6, is there anything that you or maybe Pat Delaney say to him, or you kind of just let him be?
I think it depends. I mean, the 0 and 6 or 0 and 8, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's what kind of shots are they? Are those the shots we want? If they are, keep shooting them. And I think you have to, have a quick memory at times. When you're doing the right thing and it's not going well, all right, that's fine. If they're not, then it has to be addressed. But I had no problem with, the looks he took and, how they were created. I still want him to be aggressive.
Christos.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. In the last 3 games, Bradley Beal had 35 assists and just 8 turnovers. What part of, how big factor of your ball movement and shot selection he is?
I think I heard you correctly. You were talking about Brad's ball movement.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think he's been great at it. I think it's hard at times to, move a guy who's kind of been the focal point of the offense, and all of a sudden he's got to be a playmaker. So we're trying to find that mix and that balance of getting him involved, getting him off of it to get it back, or having him orchestrate, knowing that teams are going to blitz him, they're going to show him different looks to get the ball out of his hands, and that's where I think he's shown the great poise and patience. And I got to give our other guys credit. They're figuring out how to, space correctly. Gaff has done a better job of finding the short roll in the pocket and facilitating from there. So it has a trickle down effect that, there's a trust factor that he trusts those guys to be in the right spots. Those guys in the right spots now are facilitators and making the right reads. And that's where we've seen an uptick in the number of threes, but also the quality at which we've shot them.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Last question to Rafael.
Was last game you guys didn't manage to close the game. Tonight you did, and even had an 11-1. What defensive changes would you say were the difference in this game?
Say that last part again. I'm sorry.
What defensive changes would you say were the difference on this game?
No, I thought we defended, relatively well. Both these last two games, it's down the stretch. We got timely stops. The other night, I thought we fouled. And tonight, I think we only gave up 13 free throws. So, not that we were perfect, but we did a better job with, our body position. Defending without fouling is a big part of the game. We downsized a bit, start switching, late, but I think bottom line is just, the moment and understanding what my responsibilities are in that moment, and it thankfully worked out in our favor. Was not always perfect, but just trying to find ways to consistently guard. And, when the game gets tight, can we, figure it out and make the right adjustments?
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Before this one. Most important.
I looked like I celebrated all last night because I feel like I looked tired as hell on the court. I didn't feel that good today. I don't know why. Not COVID, don't worry. But I managed to break through. How I celebrated though, I went to a nice restaurant yesterday just with the close family, but nothing late, so I can get ready for the game.
What have you noticed about the offense in these past couple of games?
The ball movement. We're sharing the ball, we're moving the ball, we're trusting each other, and we're making shots. The players are stepping up. Brad, Kuz, of course, all the guys are missing, and they're also a big part of our offense. But everybody's stepping up their game and doing what they need to do. And I think we're playing great together. You good?
Deni, Kyle has been stepping up a ton with those guys.
Yeah.
How has he not just taken advantage on the court, but in terms of leadership style? Is he, since he's kind of one of the main guys, kind of still?
Yeah, Kyle talks to a lot of players, and he's a veteran. He got something that a lot of people wanted as a ring, and we're all capable of we all know what he's capable of. We all know his abilities. We all know he's a good player. He's playing with confidence. He's shooting the ball good. And, since he started playing with me one-on-one, he also plays better one-on-one. And I'm just hoping he's just going to keep going. And I think the sky's the limit for him. And he's a big part of our team. He didn't shout out or mention me, but it's a big part. I can tell you that. Yeah.
What does it take for him to be a Kyle in this game?
Yeah.
To shoot with such confidence late in the game?
Just everybody believe in him. I mean, he hit big shots for us in the beginning of the year, and throughout the season, he stepped up and he took big shots and he made them. So why not shoot them again and again and again?
For the challenge of guarding one type of offensive player one night and then tonight.
I enjoy. I mean, it's kind of crazy for me to think that I'm playing partly the point and I'm guarding point guards. It's something that is very versatile, and that's what I love. Like to help the team with. I mean, the coaches trust me, and they know what I'm capable of, and they give me big tasks, and I feel like I'm doing 100% whatever I can to help the team and help us win. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's not the easiest, right? It's not easy at all, but I'm learning, I'm gaining experience, and I feel like it's just gonna be better with time.
I know that's kind of a loaded question.
Yeah. No, you're good. Did I know if I was versatile? I mean, since I was young, I wasn't like always tall. So like for me, I was running like the guard position as I grew up. And I think grew I don't know. I mean, in inches, how many? Probably like 6, 7 inches. Is it make sense? All right, so yeah, 6, 7 inches. Make sense?
Depends on over how long.
Oh yeah, I grew up 6, 7 minutes, 6, 7 inches, and I just stayed with the ball. You know, I was always fast for my height, and I had the legs to guard players, and also to play the guard positions. So just improving from here. You know, just adding more to my game.
How old were you when you got tall?
Probably 14. I had a bad low back injury that prevented me from playing the whole year, and suddenly after they were like every day they were like so it was crazy for me. But I'm here now with my height and I like it. So
Deni, what is it like dealing with the changing roster situation every year?
it's not easy. A lot of guys that comes in and fill the spots, like they're not really a part of us. They don't really practice. They didn't really practice with us as much, and it's not easy. But the guys know how to welcome the guys that coming in, and I feel like we're just united. We're together, and we play together, and we trust each other. And it's very important, especially when a lot of guys are out, is to fight and everybody brings his 120%. So.
What are some of the most challenging things about running the offense when you may not have the whole thing down as a player?
Can you repeat it?
What are some of the most challenging things about running?
The most challenging is sometimes you guard somebody on defense so much, and sometimes you feel kind of I won't say tired, a little fatigued, and there's a small player pressing on you, and you need to go over and call a play. It's not the most easiest sometimes, but I feel like I have a lot of guys next to me that really support me and really give me tips on how also to fit in the point guard position. And I was just enjoying today to find them and make plays for others and create, because Brad got a lot of heat on him, other players. So for me, bringing the ball up and running the offense, it really helps the team and get pressure off Brad. So I enjoy, and Brad enjoy also. Yep.
Does KCP take an interest in you?
Definitely. I mean, I'm sorry I didn't mention KCP. I mean, it's not also KCP. It's a lot of other players. I'm not gonna mention everybody and what they say to me right now, but yeah, KCP is a big part, and he always comes and laughs with me and tells me what I'm doing wrong, and he does it great. I mean, I love taking advice from KCP, another guy with a ring with him, and he's a great dude. He's a great dude off the court, and he's a great player on the court. So.
Coach mentioned that for your birthday, you told the rookies they didn't have to sing.
Well, I sang all last year for all the guys, and I don't know. I mean, when I told myself I'm not gonna be a rookie anymore, I'm not gonna tease the rookies. So. We're good now. Maybe in a couple of years when we're going to have new rookies coming in, maybe I'll do it. But for now, I'm going to leave them alone. Thank you. I'm trying to be nice.
Chase.
Hey, Deni, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Another night for you where you were given a really difficult defensive assignment, LaMelo Ball. You're getting, that seems to happen often, and it's been all different types of players, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell. Just what's it like for you to have that trust from the coaching staff?
It's a big one when the coaches trust you like that and give you those assignments, especially guarding experience or the best players on the other team. It's an honor for me. I mean, to help the team is like that, and help getting the W. It's a big part, and I love it.
And Corey Kissbert is it seems like he's starting to figure it out. You were in his shoes a year ago as a rookie. What have you seen from him lately? Do you feel like he's kind of starting to find his footing?
He's just being aggressive. He's just being aggressive. He knows his role. He knows in what spots to be, when to cut, when to shoot. Very, very good shooter. I don't need to tell you that, but he got a lot of potential, and he just need to keep working hard. And I see him working hard, so we're in a good spot, and just keep playing with confidence.
All right, we're gonna go to Iran.
אהלן, דני, מזל טוב.
תודה רבה, ירון.
40 דקות ביום הולדת, ובאמת, כן, ובאמת משחק שהכדור היה הרבה אצלך, וכמו שתיארת, עבודה קשה. זאת אומרת, לא נתנו לך לנוח ביום הולדת.
לא, האמת שלא רציתי לנוח. אתה יודע, נכנסתי למשחק קצת חלוד, לא יודע איך להסביר את זה, לא כל כך הרגשתי טוב. אבל אני שמח שאיכשהו יצאתי מזה, איכשהו הצלחתי להניע את הקבוצה, הצלחתי לעזור לחברים שלי, לחלק אסיסטים. אתה יודע, ערב קליעה לא פשוט היה בשבילי, מבחינת גם חדות בהתקפה, לא נראה לי שכל כך הייתי שם. אבל אני שמח שיש עוד משחק לתקן את זה, ואני יודע מה אני שווה. אבל אני שמח שקיבלנו את הניצחון, זה לפני הכל.
זה משהו מבחינתך, בדיוק המשפט שאמרת עכשיו, ההבנה הזאת שמחרתיים יש עוד משחק, מיד אפשר לתקן, וגם תוך כדי משחק היית 0 מ-6, ואז ברבע האחרון אתה מקבל את הכדור מקוז, עמוק ברבע האחרון, ולוקח את השלשה, ואולי זה משהו שתמיד דיברו איתך עליו, איך לשכוח מכל מה שהיה, ולהמשיך להיות אגרסיבי עם הבחירת זריקות כל עוד היא טובה.
לגמרי, עוד פעם, אני מאמין בקליעה שלי, אני מאמין ביכולת ההתקפית שלי, אתה יודע, עם כמה שאני שומר גדול, כאילו לא שומר גדול, עם כמה שאני שומר טוב על שחקנים אחרים, ואני באמת עושה עצירות ובאמת מנסה לעשות הכל בחלק ההגנתי, זה לא תמיד בא לי בקלות בחלק ההתקפי, אבל אני יודע מה אני שווה בחלק ההתקפי, עשיתי את זה בעבר, היכולות שלי בהתקפה גם, אני חושב, זה מה שגם עוזר לקבוצה מדי פעם. מבחינתי זה רק להיות קונסיסטנט, כאילו, יש פעמים היום כאן, לא הרגשתי טוב, לא הייתי פה כל כך, אבל העובדה הזאת היא שאני מרגיש יותר טוב, יותר ביטחון, משחק יותר באגרסיביות, ויש לי את החברים לצידי שבאמת תומכים בי, ומאמינים בי ונותנים לי, אז באמת זה רק לגדול מפה.
בקלאץ' נדמה כבר שכולם בקבוצה מחפשים את קוזמה.
כן. שכן, מגיע לו.
הוא קולע.
הוא קולע שלושות גדולות בשבילנו, והוא עוזר לנו המון המון המון. אין לי מה להגיד.
מעולה. בר מגלי צהל, בבקשה.
אהלן דני.
גלי צהל חדשים.
ערב טוב. נעים להכיר.
נעים להכיר.
אז התקופה הזאת עם כל הפרוטוקולים של הקורונה, אנחנו נאחל לכולם בריאות, אבל תקופה שאתה קצת פורח בה, קבל יותר דקות, יותר מקום ברוטציה, להוביל כדור. איך אתה חושב שהתקופה הזאת תשפיע עליך?
השפיע עליי מצוין, אני נהנה לשחק בעמדות שונות, אני נהנה באמת לצפור דקות ולצפור ניסיון, ואני מרגיש גם יותר בטוח, מרגיש גם שיותר בוטחים בי, גם המאמנים, גם השחקנים. מבחינה הגנתית במיוחד, אבל אתה יודע, גם לאט לאט גם מבחינה התקפית. אתה יודע, יש ימים ויש ימים, זה רכבת הרים, אבל אני שמח שיצא לי את ההזדמנות הזאת באמת להראות עוד ועוד יותר דברים מהארסנל, ואני מקווה שעם הזמן רק נתקדם ונתפתח.
אמרת לפני כמה זמן שהעבודה הקשה בהגנה שוחקת אותך. רציתי לדעת כאילו כמה זה משפיע על ההתקפה, במיוחד במשחקים האחרונים שפחות הולך מחוץ לקשת.
לפעמים זה משפיע, אני אהיה כנה, באמת אני אהיה כנה, אתה יודע, אני באמת עובד מאוד על הכושר שלי ואני חושב שהוא מצוין, אבל לפעמים אני אהיה כנה ואני אגיד שזה לא פשוט, גם לרדוף אחרי חסימות ולשמור על השחקן הכי טוב, ואז אתה יודע, עוד לרוץ להתקפה, וגם ב-NBA הסגנון משחק הוא נורא נורא מהיר, אז לא תמיד זה פשוט בשבילי, אבל זה דבר שאני לומד כאילו איך לבסט את האנרגיה שלי ואיך כן להיות יעיל בהגנה וגם בהתקפה, זה, אתה יודע, אבל זה כיף מבחינתי להיות ורסטילי ולדעת גם להיות בחלק ההגנתי שם וגם בחלק ההתקפי שם ולעשות הכל על המגרש בעצם, מבחינתי כאילו, אתה יודע, אם אני מבסס את האנרגיה כמו שצריך, ואני עם הזמן אני באמת אהיה עם יותר ניסיון, אני באמת נורא נורא אופטימי לעתיד.
בגיל 21. טוב, אתה בגיל 20, כשאתה מסתכל שנה אחורה, אתה חושב שהגשמת את המטרות שלך, אתה נמצא במקום שרצית להיות בו היום?
כן, אני חושב שהכל קורה מסיבה כלשהי, אני מאמין שכלום לא, אני מאמין שלכל דבר יש סיבה. לכל משחק יש את הצדדים החיוביים שלו, שבהם גם משחקים שאני לא כזה טוב, או שפחות הולך לי, אני לומד. ואני מרגיש יותר בוגר, כל משחק אני מרגיש יותר בוגר ויודע להיות במקומות הנכונים, אז מבחינתי כאילו אני רק נהנה לגדול ולהתפתח, והשנה שלי רציתי להיות הרבה הרבה יותר טוב ולהתקדם כל יום, ואני מרגיש שאני באמת מתקדם כל יום ואני לא רוצה לעצור, ומבחינתי כן, הגשמתי את המטרות.
אז במשפט, איזה שיא קריירה חוגגים בגיל 22?
איזה שיא קריירה חוגגים בגיל 22? וואו, אני מקווה חטיפות או חסימות, משהו בהגנה, כי אני מאמין שנשפור את השיאי קריירה האחרים עם הזמן, גם לא עם היום הולדת, אבל אולי איזה 10 חטיפות או 10 בלוקים, נראה.
יאללה, תודה רבה, דני.
תודה רבה.
תודה בר, תודה רבה, דני.
Thanks, Deni.
Yeah. Obviously, DeMar DeRozan was not on court tonight, but what for you was the biggest difference late in being able to close this one out?
First one, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For me, it was still a tough team because they've had our number, you know, last few matchups and even the last few years, I would say. So for us, we understood that they played a really tough Phoenix team last night and definitely didn't go the way they wanted to. And we kind of had the mindset they were going to come in aggressive, and rightfully so. We got off to a good start and they hit us back. But, you know, it was just a testament to our composure and our growth this year of being able to close out the game. Like, granted, they got tough guys over there too who can put it in the basket. You know, they got more than just 2 guys, you know, so tonight was even a little bit more tougher. They got a lot of guys who can put it on the floor, very athletic, really good defenders. You know, the zone gave us problems again. But for the most part, I think us just being able to stay poised and just figuring out a way to win.
We've asked you about the ball movement. Wes mentioned spacing tonight, which has also looked really good in the past couple of games. How have you guys got to that place where you feel like you can kind of run a little bit wider with a lot of ease?
I mean, it's just a lot easier. You know, we just understand that, you know, we don't really have a point. Like, we just kind of just play. You know, we just free flow. You know, whoever gets the rebound, you know, if you got an opportunity, push it. If not, I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna look ahead to get guys the ball early in transition. But it all starts with our defense. We get stops. We're able to get out, you know, get deflections, limit them to one shot, and we get out. We're really tough to guard, you know, because we play fast. We have really good shooters, and we got guys, you know, who can penetrate and get to the basket. You know, and Kuz being aggressive as he's been the last few games has been awesome for us, you know, and everybody's being aggressive. Everybody's hunting shots. You know, that's what we need. We need to get more shots up. We need to get more threes up. We got to play a little faster, but the only way we do that is we defend. So.
You obviously know what it's like to kind of shoulder a load and kind of step up when your team is that what you're seeing from Kuz?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely self-asserting himself. He's being super aggressive. You know, and he understands that he has an opportunity in front of him. You know, we need him to do that. We need him to be aggressive. And, you know, he's had success with it. You know, like I said before, I think last game, I still don't think he understands who he can be, what type of player he can be, you know, the levels he can reach. You know, he's so talented. He has great size. You know, his versatility can be used to his advantage, you know, night in and night out. So I think he's just kind of, you know, figuring out easier ways to score, easier ways to, you know, assert himself.
You never know what the players you play alongside him. What are you learning about Kyle that goes beyond what you knew before he played?
It's tough because everybody kind of has a misconception about them or misperception about them. Like everybody, like with Russ, like same thing. Like John has, it's like everybody kind of has this outside opinion about another player. It was kind of the same with Kuz. Everybody's, oh, Kuz is this, Kuz is that, but Kuz is very talented. Like Kuz can be a really good player in the league. At his size, his versatility. Like I said, he has a mismatch every single night. And his IQ is super high. I think he doesn't get a lot of credit for that. He loves to think the game. He's a willing learner. He accepts criticism. He's not, he doesn't think too highly of himself. Like he wants to win. You can see that, and I'm still learning him, still getting acclimated with him, but he's been great. He's always in my ear of, how he can help, what he can do better, how he can help the team. And that helps us, man. And like I said before, he and Pope, they've played in a system to where they know how to win games down the stretch, playing tough environments, playing tough, playoff situations, and how to close out games. So definitely hats off to him and his development. But I still think he has a long way he has to go and that he can tap into, honestly. Yeah.
Make something special. You know this better than anybody. Make something special to not only hit threes late in the close game, but to once it the ball in your hand. I mean, Kyle's done it.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, a lot of guys you talk it, but once the lights cut on, a lot of guys shy away from that. Win, lose, or draw, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna take shots. I'm gonna make plays, and Kuz he's gonna take them. Like he's confident, and that's the type of player that he wants to be. That's who he can be. So it's exciting for me to know that I don't have to take every shot down the stretch. I can be able to keep defenses on their heels. If I have something, I can take it. If not, I got plenty of shooters out here and plenty of guys, and definitely Kuz out here with, the probably most confidence in the fourth quarter out there. He's gonna rise up and shoot it. So, like I said before, it's great that we have that type of confidence, and that we have this chemistry that we have flowing right now.
Fred, before when you had John and you had Russ, they were, in the league. They were in the league before you.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you have somebody, somebody who's playing with you, who's not been in the league as long as you have, how is that sort of being the lead? How is it sort of being the lead guy as opposed to having to adjust to the wall?
This is I'd be lying if I said it was easy. I think anybody who's a leader would say it's not easy leading a team, but it's one I'm prepared for and I'm excited about and that I embrace. It's just definitely, from the standpoint of everything I do, my approach, my mentality, in the game, my body language, all that stuff has a direct effect on my teammates. And as a leader, sometimes you don't understand that. And it takes a long time to kind of, develop that and understand it and kind of see that from the outside looking in. But when you have I've had two really good, strong-minded point guards, who were very vocal leaders, who were exemplary leaders too on the floor. So for me, it's just easy coming into this role because I had so many guys I can learn from Paul Pierce, learn from Trevor Ariza, Emeka Okafor, Nene, Martell Webster, the list goes on, Allen Anderson, Al Harrington, Jared Dudley. Like I had a lot of vets like that I played with over my course of my years and, just soaking up that knowledge I learned from all of them and just implementing it now. Like granted, the game has changed and transitioned from when I first came into the league. It's like we play with two bigs. We don't play with two bigs anymore, so just understanding, just encouraging young guys that, everybody can make it to the league, but how do you stay? You have to do something that separates you from the next man, give coach a reason to want to play you. And then understand as a young person that, your game is just, every game is a learning experience. Every game is a game to get better. You're going to have, I told Deni this last year, you're going to have highs, you're going to have lows, but you need them all, to develop into the player and the character that you need, are out here on the floor. So it's a stepping stone for me, but I'm definitely more than prepared for it.
Brad, where do you feel like those misconceptions about Kuz come from?
The internet.
Why do people on the internet feel that way about him?
He's light skinned. You like skin too, Ava? People probably feel some way about you. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I really wish I understood why. Why there's being in LA, there's always a spotlight on you. You know, everybody's gonna have this magnifying glass, and especially being on Bron's team, everybody's gonna, be locked into every single thing that everybody does on the floor. But I think, like I said at the beginning of the year, he now has he can flap his wings. He can breathe, he can relax, he can go play. He ain't got to worry about all the outside stuff and the distractions per se, and he can go hoop. I don't know what that's too. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Kuz and see. I don't know, man. I think they look, then he has the fashion side of him. Some people bash him, but it's pink sweaters he wears. And Kuz is a good dude, man.
Chase.
Hey, Brad, big night from three for you guys. Knowing that there's a lot of guys on this roster who haven't quite shot to their career norms yet, and maybe they could eventually by the end of the season, was tonight kind of a glimpse at the potential of what you guys could be as a three-point shooting team?
Damn, Chase, just say you're talking to me. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it's just a testament to our ball movement, getting and shooting with confidence, man. I think in the first half we were getting some good looks. Some of them weren't falling. I think late in the second quarter when they went their run, but we're getting good shots. We're getting good shots. We're getting reps up in practice. When we can, and coaches made it a point of emphasis, man. We gotta make sure we get threes up. The only way we do that is we get stops. We play fast. We play with a purpose. We can't just be out here doing nothing and playing with no type of IQ. Understanding what our high percentage shots are, who our high percentage shooters are, and get them the ball. We don't try to complicate it. At least over the last few games, we haven't. We try to simplify it as much as possible, play fast, and shoot with confidence. So tonight, it's probably a testament to who we can be, but obviously we could be better for sure.
Neil.
Hey, Brad, what was the conversation like at halftime? Obviously, that second quarter was, not what you guys wanted.
We were disappointed in ourselves because we knew the zone was coming and we just kind of got real stagnant. We allowed it to bother us. We allowed the referees to bother us. We allowed everything besides the game, to kind of affect our play. We kind of just said, let's nip that in the bud. Let's focus on us. Let's control what we can control and go hoop, be physical. The game is called how it is. Don't worry about it. And we did that in the second half, and I think we did a good job of it.
And, Deni started offensively, struggled a little bit, started 0 of 6. Do you say anything to anyone, struggling throughout the course of the game, or do you kind of just let them be and, hope that they can figure it out like he was able to knock that 3 down?
I encourage guys, but I don't pay attention to Deni's shot attempts and, if he's 0 for whatever, if he's 10 for 10, I don't. I didn't really pay any mind to that. Deni's, what I love is the fact that he continues to play hard, regardless if he's making or missing shots. I think that's definitely a stepping stone for us in the right direction. Not allowing how we play on offense to affect our defense and affect other parts of the game. Like Deni's one of our best defenders. He still stayed engaged. He still was able to make big plays, big stops down the stretch, get some rebounds. And like I always tell him, like he's a constant learner. Like every game is going to be different for him, and we're asking him to play point. We're asking him to play make. We're asking him to play the 4. We're asking him to set screen. We're asking him to do a lot. So we're throwing a lot at him, and he's done an excellent job of handling it, as best as he can.
Thanks, Brad.
All right, that's all the time I got for Brad tonight. Appreciate you.
Birthday shout out to my pops. Pops turned 65 today. Love you, my man.
At the very start of the season, you said you really wanted to focus on the leadership aspect and your growth and everything. I'm sure it doesn't feel like it in the moment, but have these past couple games where you guys are really relying on the rotation people, does it almost feel like an opportunity for you in a way?
In a sense to lead a little bit more. because we don't really have that many voices right now. I think, I've tried my best to lead most of the season, just from the jump, particularly from the defensive end. But getting more confident with just speaking to everybody really. I'm not trying to make this about me, but not trying to hold my tongue, but just like, if I see something, just say it, whether it's coaches, players. And I feel like that's the way it has to be. Not particularly just me, but everybody has to be a leader. If everybody can be a leader, everybody can say something to somebody, hold each other accountable without, taking it as, somebody hating on you or something. That's when like good teams really come alive. And, for me, I'm just really just trying to, continue to lead. I've said it from day one. I have, pretty good amount of experience in this league, especially in the winning department. So, and this is what I've been trying to do all year.
What's been the difference in the offense for the past few games?
I'm just being really aggressive, honestly. I'm just really putting my head down, whether that's trying to get to the rim, taking an open three if it's there, but if not, just not trying to settle. I've had a lot of success, getting to the rim, and if a shot's not there, finding a teammate that's open. So I'm really playing. I'm not saying forcing the issue, but I'm not reacting to what the defense is kind of doing. I'm kind of just going out and, being the aggressor. So.
Is that a natural mind shift for you?
Yeah, in a sense. Yeah. I mean, if you look at me in my first 2 years in the league, I had that type of mentality, because I was in that situation, to be, a first or second option those first 2 years. And obviously that, scaled back year after year after year. But I'm just in a great situation here in Washington, and the coaching staff believes in me. Players believe in me. And just having fun, honestly, just having a lot of fun. So.
How much do you enjoy the opportunity to take big shots late in the game?
I love it and I hate it at the same time, because I'd rather win by 15 and not have those type of opportunities, because, it's a lot of stress, honestly. But at the same time, I do love it because, I just feel like I'm built for those type of moments. Just all the adversity that I've been through in my entire life. It's just like, just go out there and just, see what happens at the end of the day. It's either going to be a make or a miss, and that's just how my approach is. And that kind of just helps me just ease, tensions during those types of times in the game, because it's like, okay, it's only two options. One or the other is going to happen. And, I put up a lot of reps and I got a lot of confidence in myself, and I just, just try to knock them down.
Our perceptions are what we see, and when we see you, we don't see any stress.
Mm-hmm. I got a lot of stress all the time, for sure. I mean, I'm human. Well, I mean, I do a good job of hiding it, for sure. But, every human has anxiety, depressions, stress at all times. I mean, sure, you got stress, you know what I'm saying? So, just do a good job of hiding it, I guess.
Thomas Berton sometimes talks about the hoop appearing bigger when he's locked in. Is that kind of the sensation you have too when you're locked in?
I mean, that's a hard. I get what he's saying for sure. I don't really think about it like that, honestly. I don't know. This is basketball to me. I just kind of just try to be out there just flowing, and especially if I got a little run in me, I feel more confident. In myself for sure. That's everybody. So.
How great was the ball?
Extremely. I think, man, the past 3 games, we've had great ball movement. Probably some of the best of this of our season. But, particularly tonight in this fourth quarter, we just did a great job of just reading and reacting. Brad did a phenomenal job getting down the hill and, just making that simple play. Or, if somebody's open, you just pass them the ball. It's simple. A lot of times within this game, we make it really difficult, because we think too much. But if you just kind of just sit back and, think it's just basketball, just make the simple play ahead of you, it gets easier for you.
Is there any part of you that, don't get me wrong, this is a big market, really is population wise, but is there any part of you that enjoys being a little less out of the national spotlight in Washington as opposed to LA with what's considered a glamour franchise?
Coming from a bigger market, it's definitely, pros and cons for sure. But I don't know. Honestly, I'm enjoying my time here. Yeah, that's kind of a tough question.
Yeah, not my bad.
You always have a good question. So, yeah.
So tantalize you with the question.
Chase.
Hey, Kuz, we hear all the time about how important fit is and situation is for players. You mentioned this being a great situation for you. Just how does it feel to have changed teams and be in what you feel like is a great situation for you?
Well, that's the name of the game in professional basketball. Fit and opportunity is everything in this league. There's a reason why there's only 450 of us at a given time playing basketball, because, it's hard as hell to play at this level. And I'm a firm believer, if you're a confident person and player and you're in an opportunity to succeed and the coaches put you in the right position, there's no reason why you can't, go out there and be who you want to be in this league. Because, if you have people behind you, you have people that a team that allows you to, get touches and be a part of things, and you're confident and hungry, you're going to succeed. This is, a sport where everything is about confidence, because, this is a sport where you have extreme highs, and extreme lows at the same time. But if you're in a position, like I'm in right now, being fortunate enough and, have people that believe in me, you kind of see what I can do. So.
And you guys had a huge night from three. It hasn't been the biggest strength for you guys.
Finally.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So what can you take away from a night like this? And do you believe that, this is more indicative of the team that you can be when it comes to shooting from the outside?
Honestly, I don't know. We've been so up and down this year. I just hope the ball go in next game, honestly. We've had so many games this year where if we can just shoot league average, you're handling teams. And, that's been a part of, some of our struggles this year, and we're aware of it, outside of, falling off defensively. But, if we can just hit some threes, we'll be all right. And, we got guys that come in the gym and everybody's working. It's not like people aren't coming in the gym and working. I think, tonight it was a game where, we got great shot selection from three. I think we got a lot of wide open, good looks that could have contributed to it. But, we got to do it night in, night out. And, if we can do that, we're going to give ourselves a chance to win if we can defend as well.
Christos.
Hey, Kuz, great game, first of all. Can you tell us about the confidence level and the mindset that you placed every time you step on the floor?
Yeah, like I kind of said before, when you're playing in the highest level athletically in a sport, everybody's kind of really equal. And the thing that separates you is your mindset and your confidence. And every time I'm on the court, no matter who I'm on the court with, I believe that I'm the best player on the court. And you have to have that mindset. There's a reason why it's only 450 of us. And there's a reason why, if it was easy, everybody'd be in the NBA. So, just having confidence in myself, going out there competing and, you know, just having a effort mentality kind of. So.
And speaking about your partnership with Brad, what did you see about the biggest development through the season so far?
I mean, my favorite thing about Brad is, man, he's just so low maintenance and, you know, he'll let you rock out. Like he's not one of the stars in this league where, you know, I watch a lot of basketball and he's just super laid back. You know, he's not on you if you take a bad shot. You know, maybe if you turn the ball over, you're, you know, BSing for sure. You know, that's what leaders do. But, you know, he's been great for me because he just allowed me to come in and just hoop and just be myself, not really stressing so much. And I love playing with him. You know, I love playing with him. So, you know, it's been great for my career and I'm just blessed to, you know, have a teammate like that.
Thank you very much.
Last question, quickly, Ron.
Kuz, Deni had a career high with 8 assists today. Found you a couple of times, and then also being 0 for 6, you found him for that big 3 in the fourth quarter. All of this on his birthday. So is that part of his growth?
Yeah, man. Deni's my guy, man. You know, I see a lot of my kind of younger self in him. You know, someone that is, you know, talented, but you know, overthinks a lot, and you know, can kind of get in their own way with it, with, you know, their being in their own head. And, you know, I just tried to get on him all game. Like, you know, it was a point in time, it was like 6:44 in the fourth. And he was like, you know, I'm getting cooked. I'm like, what do you mean you get cooked? He was like, you know, defense, offense. I'm like, yo, best part about it is you got 6 minutes to turn around. And, you know, my favorite thing about him is, you know, like he's really receptive to criticism. And, you know, I'm just here to try to help him out. You know, he's a good kid, and I'm very happy for him that, you know, once he gets his brain right, everything comes together. It's going to be dope. It's really dope to see because he can do a lot of different things on the court, and he's extremely talented. So,
thank you.
Kuz, appreciate your time.
Yep. Yep.
Appreciate you all. That is.